got Rose in Illinois who has been here for a little bit. You're on with Dave and Matt, and I'm told that you have a scripture that can prove the existence of God.
Yes.
I'm not even sure how that's possible, but
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Hey, hold on.
Just kidding.
I've been waiting so long, and I've got to find my glasses.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it? You've been waiting so long, and okay, is this a scripture from the Bible?
yes, sir.
Okay, I got one handy.
And oh, Benny, where's my glasses? I'm looking for my son's glasses.
Do you know what the verse is? Because I can look it up.
It's Matthew.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, why'd you say that?
The most ridiculous of all the Gospels, and it shares my first name.
Have you got it handy, bro?
Golly.
Matthew what?
Okay. It's Matthew 27. After 3 days, I will rise again.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Matthew 27 what?
Matthew 27, verse 63 at the very end. After 3 days, I will rise again.
Yep. The next day, which followed the preparations day, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered before Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember that while this deceiver was still alive, he said, 'After 3 days, I will rise again.'"
He's the only one that died on the cross and then was buried and rose again after 3 days. None other of the people that worship, like Buddha or Allah and blah, 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 have ever died and rose again.
Rose?
I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
What evidence do you have that A, Jesus ever said this, B, Jesus rose from the dead?
Oh, boy. I don't know, sir. I read the Bible, and I believe in Jesus. Do you believe in Buddha or Allah or whoever? I believe in Jesus.
Okay. I'm aware that you believe that.
You know what I hate about religion? Is that it promotes ignorance and frowns upon critical thinking, logic, and reason. Now, if you think that there's some kind of flying fucking bearded man in the fucking sky with no evidence, and you base your whole entire life on this flying fucking man in the damn sky, I mean, you're gonna turn out, the things that you do are gonna turn out to be, wrong. You're gonna have a false perception of reality. Like, if you think one thing, if you believe in one thing without evidence, then what's stopping you from believing anything else without evidence? Like, you can literally believe anything that I just pull out my ass without evidence. If you believe in one thing without evidence, it's like critical thinking in religion is like looked down upon. Like, for example, when Adam ate from the tree of knowledge, when they gained knowledge, that was the ending of the fucking world. That was the downfall of mankind. What? How can knowledge and using your brain to critically think and understand the reality around you, the world around you, how is that a bad thing? How? You're supposed to be ignorant and, just willfully ignorant and just fucking take things off of fucking face value? That's fucking retarded. That's fucking faith is indistinguishable from gullibility. When people just tell me, I believe this, cause why'd you believe that? Cause the Bible says so. You just look like a gullible idiot. You believe some fucking desert scripts from a 2,000-year-old book written by tribal fucking goat herders in the Middle East. You believe that over, critical thinking, logic, science, which is backed by demonstrable empirical evidence. You just look like an idiot. Well, at least I have a faith. No, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Faith means shit. It means nothing. How is faith a virtue? It's not. Faith is stupidity. That is dumb. Then, you know, they try to make logical thinkers look like idiots. Like, oh, you use the logic and you use the logic and science and all that. Evolution. That ain't real. God is God. That ain't nothing but the devil. That ain't nothing but the devil, boy. That ain't nothing but the devil. Get the fuck out of here, you retarded piece of fucking shit.
When a man strikes his male or female slave with a rod so hard that the slave dies under his hand, he shall be punished. If, however, the slave survives for a day or two, he is not to be punished, since the slave is his own property. Exodus 21:20-21. If a man is caught in the act of raping a young woman who is not engaged, he must pay 50 pieces of silver to her father. Then he must marry the young woman because he violated her, and he will never be allowed to divorce her. Deuteronomy 22:28-29. No child of an incestuous union may be admitted into the community of the Lord, nor any descendant of his, even to the 10th generation. Deuteronomy 23:3. Cursed be he who does the Lord's work remissly. Cursed is he who holds back his sword from blood. Jeremiah 48:10. And put a knife to your throat if you have a ravenous appetite. Proverbs 23:2. If a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them shall be put to death for their abominable deed. They have forfeited their lives. Leviticus 20:13. You shall not carve idols for yourselves in the shape of anything in the sky above, or on the earth below, or in the waters beneath the earth. You shall not bow down before them or worship them. For I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God, inflicting punishment for their fathers' wickedness on the children of those who hate me, down to the 3rd and 4th generation. Exodus 24:5. Do not think that I have come to bring peace upon earth. I have come to bring not peace, but the sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And one's enemies will be those of his household. Jesus speaking. Matthew 10:34-36.
Hey, I'm Dan Harris, and here's what I'm fixated on this week. A fascinating and rather risky critique of Christianity by a guy who is an ex-pastor and ex-punk rocker. Here he is. His name is Jason Berggren. This video is from his days in a Christian punk band called Strong Arm. After the band broke up, he went to Bible college, started a family, and helped to start a church in Florida. Now he's become a writer, and his new book is provocatively entitled 10 Things I Hate About Christianity. Hate is a strong word.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It is a strong word, and I wrestled with using the term. I use it in the sense of an angst-ridden frustration. It's not a closed, bitter anger.
So you're not saying you don't want to be a Christian?
I'm not saying that. I just have a lot of frustrations, and it's just a passionate, honest reckoning.
Have there been people who are upset about the name of the book?
Yeah, I get emails every so often. People, you know how Christians are.
And that is one of the things he says he hates about Christianity. Christians
do dumb things. They hold signs up at funerals and just very hurtful and destructive things at ourselves.
I don't have time to go through all 10 of the things that Berggren says he hates about Christianity, so let me just hit some of the highlights. One of them, believe it or not, is the Bible. Man, you touch the third rail when you say you hate the Bible.
Yeah.
What do you hate about the Bible?
Well, you know, I go through the common things in there. One of the things I discuss is that it's boring.
That's right. He just said the Bible is boring. Another thing he says he hates about Christianity is prayer.
It just came to a point where prayer wouldn't work out like I thought it should, and I would think that God wasn't involved. That he's not involved. He doesn't care as much as he says he does, or that I think he should, and he's not giving me what I want him to give me.
You feel like there's no response.
Absolutely.
You should
yes.
be getting a direct response.
If I'm going to be honest, for sure, yeah.
I think it's worth reemphasizing at this point that Berggren is a devout and practicing Christian, which is why he wrote this book.
A lot of times, we as followers of Jesus will represent faith in a way that, hey, if you start this journey, it's like a cure-all, you know, it'll fix all your acne and help you get a really pretty girlfriend, and that's not necessarily the case, you know. It will bring a level of clarity.
Place to start then at the beginning. In the beginning, right spot, good start. God created the heavens and the earth. On the first day, God separated light and darkness. See? Simple enough.
Well, down here it says that on the fourth day, God created the sun and stars. Tell me, how could light exist before the sun and stars were created?
Well, there's gotta be an explanation. And here it is. Probably God had lasers. The Adam and Eve story. I defy you to find even a single flaw with this.
It says that Adam lived to be 930 years old.
That's a big number. But you gotta remember, this was before doctors, so cancer and that kind of stuff didn't exist yet.
Cain was married? How could Cain possibly have had a wife when the only other people in existence at the time were his parents and brothers?
Steve, guys like Cain always end up with the girl. Scratch that, still makes no sense. Might have to come back to that one.
The ark is filled with thousands upon thousands of animals. How were each of them fed and tended to by just 8 people? And how did a dove return with an olive leaf when no olive tree could possibly survive an apocalyptic flood?
Oh, God, I don't know!
And the ark, a boat this size could never hold 2 of every animal. The ark would have to be like the size of 4 baseball stadiums.
No boat's that big! I'm drowning! I'm drowning in your logic! Oh, God! My faith! Everything I believe! It's all crazy! It's crazy baloney!
It's not crazy baloney, because crazy baloney is real. It's called pepperoni.